Yo, it's a black guy grow off.
Okay guys, so this video is going to show you what I'm running, why I'm running, and give you guys an understanding of what's going on. So this right here is potting soil. I'm growing in soil. Some unexperienced people would just call this dirt. So I'm doing dirt. I'm putting the seed in the dirt and growing it with the LED light. So this here is Fox Farms. So this is Fox Farm, and they're notable for growing my specific type of plant. I don't want to say the kind of plant it is because it might get banned from YouTube. So let's just say you guys know what kind of plant I'm growing, and this brand is notable for what I'm doing. And always look at the back and see what's going on here. Today I'm going to teach you guys the NPK ratio with all these things. Everything that you get for plants or plant food is going to have that NPK ratio. NPK. The NPK. So the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium. They're each are needed for a different stage of the grow. I don't want to blow you guys' head out, but later in the video I'm going to go over it again. But just know for right now, for starting a plant and then the vegetative cycle, which I'm doing for the first couple of months, you're going to need lots and lots of N. And then the PK towards the end. But you need it all throughout the growth. You need PK all throughout the growth, but it really ain't a must like the nitrogen is in the beginning. All right. Yo, it's a black guy grows, and there's stages to everything, man. The bag that I just showed you, the ocean forest, that's the second stage. And before you get to the ocean forest, you got to use the happy frog, the first stage. Like Meek Mill said, there's levels to this stuff, and you got to start with level 1 and then work your way up to that blue bag, level 2. You guys seen me use Happy Frog before, so I'm not really going to show you too much, but just know that I got another bag. Alright? Let's go right here next to it, which you guys seen me use before. Perlite. But as you can see, I got a bigger bag. Perlite, I use it because it helps with the aeration in the soil. This picture right here on this bag shows you exactly the definition of what the perlite is doing. You got the soil, and then you got the perlite acting as a air to the soil. It says prevents suffocation. You don't want to suffocate your plant, so you add air, increases aeration. It's reusable, all this stuff. This is a good picture of what it does for your soil. That's all. All right, so this here is worm casting. So I upgraded. I didn't get the Home Depot variety of worm casting, guys. All right, I got Little Worm, name brand, organic, Omiri listed worm shit. That's what it is. Worm castings. If castings is just a proper name of saying shit, boo boo, caca from worms, worm boo boo. That's what makes the soil rich. I'm just, I'm gonna put it in layman's term for you guys and just call it, this is crack for your soil right here. Anytime you incorporate boo-boo, shit, feces, castings, guano, that's like crack. That's all boo-boo. That's all other words, names for boo-boo. And that's just crack for your plants. And as soon as you add this motherfuckers, your plants are going to love it. This is a very important step. The soil that I bought, the custom-made, pre-made potting soil, it comes with boo-boo or whatever. You gotta look in the back of it. Most of the time, it's going to be worm boo-boo. And this stuff is like crack for your plants. So make sure that, they love crack. So give it the crack. All right, guys. This here is blood meal. Blood meal has an NPK ratio. The numbers here on this, when you see numbers, the number, dash, number, dash, number, imagine there being an NPK. Always. It's going to be that way. The N is first, the P is second, and the K is last. N stands for nitrogen, P stands for phosphorus, and K stands for potassium. So I have a whole bunch of boxes here, and they all have their own little percentages of what they got going on inside. So I'm gonna go through each box, and I'm gonna show you guys what's inside, and well, pretty much what's going on. So we'll start with the blood meal. Blood meal is pretty much like ground up. You know, I think it's really want to say. I think it's just like ground up. Like shit. Quote me if I'm wrong. Write down in the comment section below if I'm wrong. But blood meal is basically like crushed up, you know, bones of whatever they can find, rabbit bones and stuff that you just find in the dead. Basically, this is dead people or dead ashes. Like this is basically dead compost, dead compost.
Gonna die. My phone charged at the house.
Like things that died in the soil. Like if you was to bury your cat and stuff,
right. How long you gonna
that'll be blood meal after years of decomposing. Quote me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think this is derived from. Azomite. Azomite is basically ground up rock dust or volcanic ash. It's rock minerals, it's trace minerals. That's what you use it for. As you see, it has an NPK. Doesn't really have any NPK ratio. That means that you can go heavy. You can be heavy with this and not see any type of plant burn or any type of problems necessary with your plant. Now, trace minerals are something I personally use a lot of because I use RO water, reverse osmosis water, which is another word for zero water, which means like it has nothing in the water at all. It has no trace minerals at all. It has no calcium, it has no magnesium. Those are iron and stuff like that. Those are trace minerals. And azomite, and well, like I said before, it's like volcanic ash and ground up rocks and stuff, chuck full of that stuff. So that's what this is, and I use it for to strengthen up the plant roots and to make it a strong, hardy plant. And that's actually what this does for you. This is potassium. Potassium, yeah, sorry. That's what potassium does for you. All right. Keep it going. Dolomite lime is basically a supplement for calcium and magnesium. It says it right here on the box, calcium magnesium carbonate. This is exactly what it says, Dolomite lime, which is like, you know, it's a form of rock that is high in calcium and magnesium. And I use it so my plants can have calcium and magnesium, and they need that. It's a trace mineral that they really need, especially the type of plants that I'm growing. So right here it says it raises the soil pH. So that's something to be mindful of if you already have a soil that's a high pH. You'll probably want to add something that'll lower the pH before raising the pH with this. When things get a little tricky, but tricky is actually pretty cool, right? I mean, it's something to do. Granular humic acid. This here, guys, I'm not too sure. I should have looked up and read what it was derived from, but I'm not too sure what it's derived from. But it's for the uptake of nutrients. So if you got a whole bunch of nutrients going on, you got a little bit there, you got a little bit here, you got a little bit over here, you see the 772, you see the 464. This right here, this humic acid is gonna help hold it all together. Like, say this is a wallet for all this money, all these dollars, you got all these dollars and money everywhere. This here's a wallet right here for all this stuff. Okay, quote me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but I'm pretty sure on this, guys. This right here works as a wallet for everything. It keeps everything in check, keeps everything together, and that's why I got it. Humic Acid. Alright, this here is all-purpose. Exactly what's said in the name is exactly what it means. This is an all-purpose mix here of feeding. So this one you want right here, you want to look on the back. It's derived from fish bone meal, blood meal, feather meal, alfalfa meal, rock phosphate, langomonite, and kelp meal. Which means it's got a little bit of everything to get you going. This is perfect for like the seedlings and the starters. Like, you guys have seen me use 444, which is the same thing, but this was a little bit more, as you can see on the NPK ratio. I just taught you guys it's a little bit more rich in phosphorus. All right, it's got its nitrogen, which is a 4-based nitrogen, which is the, you know, what I use with the 444, but it has a little bit of more phosphorus and a little less potassium, which you don't need too much of in the beginning stages. So this is the new all-purpose, and it kind of gives you a hint of what you want to go with the all-purpose for these tomatoes. Biofish. You see the NPK ratio of 7:7:2, nitrogen 7, phosphorus 7, and then 2 for the potassium. Obviously, this is high in nitrogen and high in phosphorus, which is good for, you know, the beginning stages. What is going on here basically is Biofish is a mix of all type of fish ingredients, and if you look in the back, it'll tell you what kind of fish ingredients. It's got fish bone meal, which is ground up fish. It's got fish meal, which is straight up blood and blood fish and fish stuff, fish guts, blood dried up. It's got feather meal, which is probably like, you know, seabird or something, you know, feathers ground up. It's got straight up sulfate potassium. It says that in there. And then it has alfalfa meal and kelp meal, which is found in the sea. All right. And that's ground up, dried up, and put in this box. And my type of plant loves, you know, the sea ingredients. And that's what I'm going with here. Neem seed meal. This one is probably along the lines of an antibiotic, probiotic, stuff that your plant needs to just make sure that it don't get attacked by anything, you know, any pesticide. It's like a all natural pesticide, you know what I mean? It's basically neems, nematodes, and it's just a garden defense measure. This is for garden defense, and you want to take these measures so you don't have to worry about it in the future. You just get it out the way now and make sure it never happens. So this is what this is, neem seed meal, and this stuff smells like, if you open it up, it smells like Lucas powder. It actually smells good, like it smells like curry or something, like somebody's cooking some type of food. So I don't know if that's actually, if people use this as like cooking, because it smells like cooking, like Laurie's, like it smells like Laurie's. Fish meal. All right. Fish meal is a little bit redundant because the Biofish has like some of it in there. It has traces of this, but this is way more concentrated. This is basically, you know, it's derived from the fish. So it's straight up ground up fish, dried up, and then it's a good fertilizer, you know what I'm saying? All natural fish ingredient and shit, you know what I mean? So get my plant stack, good kelp meal, I already know that's in there and all that good stuff. Steamed bone meal. So this one, I actually didn't even do my research before I bought it, but I seen it. It said all the good words like microbe, active microbes, and I looked at the NPK ratio, and I was thinking of I needed something along the lines of you know, something really dedicated to the phosphorus. And this one's 15 in phosphorus. So come on, my guy, come on. This is exactly what I was looking for, right? So we can just figure it out right here on the back what it has up in there, or how they want me to use it and everything. So basically it's just ground up bones, and it's good high in phosphorus. So yeah, you want to use this. I'll let you guys see the back of it. And this is all the stuff that's going to go into my garden. I'm going to incorporate it. I'm going to incorporate also my teas. I got a tea set up here. Went to the hydro store. I got to record my trips to the hydro store. I will. I'm sorry, but I get too excited. I don't bring my camera. I don't think about it. I'm over here like a kid in the candy store when I'm in the hydro store, and I don't think about recording. But I got some air stones. I got some teas. I mean some some tubes. And I got my air pump. The guy was looking at me crazy like, yo, you about to buy this big ass air pump for what you trying to do? Because, you know, at the hydro pump store, they nosy. You know, they see me, you know, they're like a black guy coming in here, kind of rare. What's going on? What you doing? So he was telling me I needed a smaller one for what I was doing. But I was telling them I'm having fun. You know, I might want to do some big shit one day. So it's cool that I have it. So he was like, you know, he had no problem selling me it after I told him that. So, and he hooked it up. He actually gave me some free stuff. So shout out to that guy. And yeah, I got this and that. I'm gonna tie it all down, put it in a bucket, and I'm gonna be making teas. I got a tea video coming for you guys soon.